What's up? What's up, YouTube? It's your boy. It's your boy, Cabbage in the Mail, doing another unboxing video. We're gonna be ripping baseball cards today. No, we're not. I just like this song, dude. Well, the world is ending. The world as we know it is coming to an end. Europe is dead. Europe is on life support. They are getting invaded by hordes of zombies. The leftists are welcoming in the zombies. They want us to be inclusive. It's going to be good. It's going to be really good for the world when Europeans are finally gone. You know what I mean? We will all eat the bugs. We'll all eat the mud pies together. And we'll sing songs and we'll dance the night away. It's going to be great. It's going to be a great time. I feel like my mustache is uneven today. I think I shaved. I'll let you guys guess which side I think. Maybe it's just the camera angle. No, it's definitely just a hair crooked. But anyways, then we have Andrew Wilson. It's going to be great. And then we have Andrew Wilson and Candace Owens. I want to go through this drama first because that one's more fun. It's a little more lighthearted, you know what I mean? I mean, it's stupid because, you know, I don't think anybody's getting hurt here. Well, I guess if Erica Kirk is telling the truth, I think Erica Kirk might just be a freak. You know what I mean? I think that might be Erica Kirk's downfall, is that she might just be a complete and total freakazoid. And so everything, all of her behaviors and the actions, everything since the death of Charlie, I think Erica may just be following advice, and the advisors are just dog shit. And there's people that are just, you know, they're telling her to go out there and be strong and show a strong, and it's really like, no, you should just disappear because you're a grieving widow. You should just like go, you know, cry. So I understand Candace's position. I understand the skeptical position. Andrew Wilson went on Joe Rogan and he called her out for not debating. And so then she had to respond, even though he's been calling her out, and there's been plenty of attention on it. Definitely enough that she would have seen it by now. But I guess now that it's on Joe Rogan, she seems like a coward if she doesn't take the debate. And you know what I mean? She's going to lose some respect from her fans potentially, or maybe honestly, she probably won't. But I think if I had to put my money on it right now, I don't think she's going to do it. Hello, Frank. How's it going? Why is it Fank Town, dude? I would have never known. Oh, speaking of that, I need to do my stupid thing. I'm such a great streamer, you know what I mean? I'm such a professional, you know what I mean? I never do my blast outs or whatever I'm supposed to do, you know? I just do it for the love of the game. You know what I mean? We're just doing it for the love of the game, brother. But anyways, if I had to guess, as it stands right now, I think, you know, Candace was like, oh, let me get some money because she thought maybe TPUSA was like, is putting up all the money. I don't know who is putting up all the money. If I had to guess, there are people who want the debate to happen just because they want it to happen. Like they were able to offer this through word war debates or whatever. I mean, I don't know, maybe him and Steven Crowder, whoever got the money together. Not that Andrew wouldn't have access to that if he wanted to, but I don't think he would want to put up all that money himself. I'd imagine there's people who have surely have vested interest in like, you know, they just want to see it happen. They're probably just fans of it, but maybe there's people who have interests, but I don't think that's what's happening. I don't think TPUSA is putting up a dime. That's just my opinion. But who knows? They could. All right, there we go. I did my thing. But anyways, so they've been going back and forth on Twitter. It's Jungle, he's behind the money. Yeah, true. It's JF, dude. He's putting up all of it. Yeah, so it's gonna be pretty interesting to see. I think, yeah, if I had to guess right now, I don't think she's gonna follow through with the debate. She boistered. She did, let me get 500,000, and then he's like, all right, that's fine, but I'm gonna crowdfund the other 500,000, and then we both get paid to do this. Meaning it would probably drag out and last longer, and then all of a sudden she's like, well, no, I don't want to do that. So we'll get into that. We'll go and look at some of the tweets, the clips, the recipients. So it should be pretty fun. And I think if I had to guess the style too that she's going to take, or the approach that she's going to take, what's up, man? Welcome. But yeah, if I had to guess, I think the approach she's going to take is to literally just clown. I think she's going to do the typical woman thing. I think she's going to pull the same stunt that she did with Fuentes. She's going to try to bring up a lot of things. It's good that they're going into this from the outset, and Andrew's like, this is a debate. We're supposed to debate this. Zyke, oh my gosh, dude. I haven't seen you in a minute. If that's who I'm thinking of, right? That's from my server, right? Old Rust player, dude. Back in the day. Sending me war videos of Ukraine, dude. But, yeah, if I had to guess, she's probably not going to take it that seriously. But it is good that they set it as like a debate, because then she can't come in and just say, I mean, she can come in and say whatever she wants, but if she takes that approach, then it's easily going to be like, yo, rock, dude, ancient boys back in the day, son, the old Rust gang. So we'll check it out. We'll see. We'll do the Rogan clip, dude. Isn't it crazy? It's crazy that Andrew went on Rogan. It's crazy to be like, yo, my boy went on Joe Rogan. Yeah, I was at his house in Dallas, hanging out. No big deal. I know a guy. Bro, I remember all y'all nerds, man. What's going on? Y'all all on tonight? Dude, I wish I had time to still play Rust, dude. I just can't. Just don't happen anymore. Not like that, bro. I'm like the meme, the like offline since 2013 meme, last online 8 years ago. That's me now. Your boy's all grown up. All right, let's put on a little hello listener background music. It's for the better, yeah. We're raising the next generation, dude. You know what I'm saying? We got 2 kids now. I don't know if y'all haven't been around for a minute, so y'all probably don't know, but your boy's making a whole ass family over here. You know what I mean? So, anyways, let's pull up the Rogan clip. The Rogan clip that I totally had ready. Oh, wait, is this going to be... Oh, they already clipped up a little bit? No. Let's see. Is this the one? Yeah, this is my screen. Here we go. All right, so I don't actually know where in it they talk about it, but
it's hard to understand yours, and you need to understand.
Somebody should clip this. Hold on. I bet somebody clipped it.
Of which you're viewing the worldview, and so am I. And so everybody has a worldview. You have to figure it out.
Oh wait, I'm dumb. She plays it on her show. Candace just embarrassed them both. Dude, those side pickers here are so funny. Maybe I should watch some of those. Those would probably be pretty good. Because I'm not a fan of the official narrative, the Charlie Kirk narrative, but I understand what Andrew's position is, which is basically like, look, all the evidence that we have points to this. The left is insane, totally capable of doing this. And I agree with that. And I'm open to the conspiracies, but I do agree. Like, there's just no evidence for half of this shit. And the way the route Candace went, like, rapidly was kind of wild. That was kind of crazy. So, like, she immediately, she was like, Erica's the only one who can get me to stop. And then Erica's like, please stop. And she's like, Erica's in on it. So, I mean, that's kind of fucked up.
And that he's offered me $300K to do so.
Oh yeah, here we go.
The backstory of life went onto Joe Rogan, signaling that I am scared to debate him regarding the Charlie Kirk case, and that he's offered me $300K to do so. Just the backstory leading up to this moment is that
I want to see the chat, dude. And what is the chat? What is her chat like?
Brian Atlas reached out to my PR guy Mitchell with an offer of $50K for me to debate this person. And then he upped the amount, I think, to $150K initially. I immediately dismissed it. I genuinely had never heard of the name Andrew Wilson before. And
yes, you had.
This was a PR ploy, a move for some young influencer that was coming up through the ranks and had a little bit of money to spend to get their name out there. It's almost like
I'm interested to see what her chat says.
Trying to buy an ad for yourself. It's an industry strategy to get your name out there.
Somebody said Andrew Wilson is Timu Myron Gaines. What does that even mean? I would say the opposite.
One of their affiliates regarding the case.
Well, not even. They're just both separate. They're just in different lanes.
Frank, somebody who was there on the scene that day.
It's funny.
We've offered them the floor.
And then a couple of people are like, "Oh, Andrew Wilson."
Appreciated until people began sending me clips of this Andrew Wilson guy following his sit down on Joe Rogan. Is that he is sort of affiliated with Turning Point USA, another person in their orbit that they're boosting. So much so
that's crazy.
Apparently,
Chad is crazy. What's up, Avarice?
At Turning Point USA headquarters.
What's up, Corrupt?
I will let you take a listen to what he told Joe Rogan during their sit down. Take a listen.
We offered Candace Owens. I offered her $300,000 to do a debate. I was like, "We'll give you $300,000."
You know what's funny is that I didn't even catch this earlier when I saw the clip. She literally just finished saying that the Whatever podcast reached out to her. Brian offered her $50,000. Then he upped it to $150,000. And then she plays the clip and he's like, "We offered her $300,000." She's like, "Who's we? Who? Oh, it must be TPUSA money." Like, that's what she's implying. Like, you're already like within like 15, 20 seconds. You just finished saying that Andrew and at least Brian from the Whatever podcast were able to put together $150,000. I would assume they were able to get $150,000 more. I mean, that.
What is her position? What does she think?
That's funny.
She thinks that Israel worked in conjun with TPUSA and Erica Kirk to murder Charlie.
Based on
the microphone being auctioned off.
The
yeah.
Question. Nobody actually knows. She's never presented a single shred of evidence.
Wasn't just put into a case. No money was raised for us. Oh, yeah. I did see that clip. Yeah. It had nothing to do. It wasn't to be auctioned off. It was just. They just took a picture with it, basically, didn't they?
Thus far.
Which, again, like I was saying earlier, I don't know if you're here yet, Frank, but like, I will concede that I think Erica is just a freak. I mean, that's all I have to come to that conclusion. I think Erica is like socially inept. I think she is a weirdo and she doesn't understand. She like is trying to do what Charlie did maybe, or what she thinks Charlie would have done, and like be strong and like go out and but it's just not coming off the way that she wants it to come off, I don't think. You know, it's coming off as a little weird. It's a little creepy. We don't need sparklers and fireworks. Yeah, I mean, I can concede that's a little strange. And I can even concede that, like, the taking pictures with the microphone, like, I don't know what's happening, okay? But I will say that I still lean towards the official narrative more than anything. I mean, that's what all the evidence points to. I definitely don't put it past leftists, insane troglodytes, you know, that are like the typical like meme, the transgender meme where they're like disheveled, their like faces torn apart and they can't even figure out what they are and they're like screeching at you. I mean, yeah, would those people kill Charlie? Yes, absolutely. And it is all the evidence pointing that direction right now? Absolutely. Would other big players want Charlie dead? Yeah. You could definitely make the case. And I was doing this a little bit right from the start. I was saying, look, dude, he was an enemy of several factions, and he was going to be the kingmaker for the next presidential election, if not run himself. And he's controlling the university. So it's like, yeah, I mean, he's getting a stronghold back in the universities. He's going to be the voice that tells everyone who to vote for in the next cycle, or he's going to run himself. He's not necessarily on board all the way with all the Israeli stuff. He's not on board all the way with the CIA stuff. He's not on board with all the FBI stuff. So, I mean, and then people think he's racist and bigoted and transphobic and homophobic and all this other nonsense. So, I mean, he had a lot of enemies. But the official narrative does make the most sense currently and does have the most evidence.
That Israel ever worked to murder Kirk, that Erica Kirk certainly didn't. In fact, her position for the longest time was, if Erica Kirk comes out and tells me to stop the conspiracy on this, I will. So Erica did. She went out publicly and she was like, enough.
The chat is like, Rogan is compromised.
There's this investigation's going on.
Dude, her chat's crazy. That's so awesome.
By the next day, she's trying to cover it up. She's part of the conspiracy too. When I went to the TPUSA HQ, and I talked to Erica briefly while I was there, the first thing I did was what I think every normal, moral human being would ever do. I gave her a hug.
Dude, I don't understand. Why didn't Joe Rogan just be like, why don't y'all both come here and debate on the show? That would be the Super Bowl, dude. Why don't they both go to Rogan's studio? If they really want a decent, because honestly, Rogan's sort of in Candace's camp, which is what's funny about her chat being like, Rogan's compromised. Rogan was asking, kind of pushing back on Andrew a little bit on the official narrative and just kind of like asking questions, playing the skeptic a little bit. I think that would be great. I think that would be a great platform because Rogan is almost not even really on Andrew's side. I think he kind of leans towards the official narrative, but he's like, he's Rogan. He's open to the, kind of like me. I'm open to the conspiracies, but I don't know if I'm all the way in the camp of like the planes were following the Egyptian planes. And I'm not that far in, dude. I don't know about that. Between Candace and Andrew trending on Twitter under TPSA. You're making fun of Andrew. Yeah, dude. I think it's gonna be good. I think she's gonna do everything to avoid it. Everything possible to avoid it. But if she does do it, I think she's gonna do it the exact same way she did with Nick Fuentes. But she can't quite do it the same way because, Nick Nick didn't really know what to expect when he went on. Thinks they're going to have like a conversation about current events, and then she turns into like a grill fest or whatever. I think it's going to be in a similar attitude. It's going to be like, yeah, it's a debate, but she's going to try to bring other things into the debate. If she actually does it, she's going to bring everything else in it. She's going to talk about the olive jar, the pickle jar, she's going to talk about the baby daddies. I'm sure. I think if she does it, she's going to go like full blown feminist, like a whatever girl would. I think she's going to go straight for the attacks, because she's going to want him to get pissed off and like walk off the set or something like that, because then she looks good. But he's going to sit there like he does on the whatever cast for 8 hours if he has to. And I do like that she said that now. She was like, because he was trying to hammer out like cross exams, like, hey, you cross examine my position, I'll answer all your questions for an hour, as long as I get to, or as long as you want, as long as I get at least an hour of you defending your position, which I think is fair. But then she responds, but then she's like, well, I'll go as long as it takes. So I'm like, okay. I mean, that's if she actually means it. But yeah, I feel like there's gonna be some kind of way to get out of it, but we'll see.
And I told her how god awful sorry I was that happened to her. Like, could you even imagine how that's got to feel for her?
I have two
Especially
LaCroix.
now that she has tens of thousands of people accusing her of murdering and conspiring to murder and then cover up what happened to her own. I mean, that's like mind-boggling psychological.
Andrew is a wiener, dude.
That I've never seen.
Yeah, and
Cooking him in the chat, dude.
given the reaction, I think it probably would have been better for her to like.
Rogan is a Zionist. Dude, the chat's going crazy on her side. That's so funny.
It's not a great idea. Like, all that was not a great idea because it just seemed insane.
Thank you, Joe Rogan, for saying that. People were going, yeah, okay. Now I'm interested because first off, I wasn't expecting Andrew Wilson to look like that. I understand, I guess, perhaps could probably guess how you magically fell into money to be running around offering $300K for a conversation. And I also now understand.
Probably because he's one of the most super chatted channels on YouTube. And then whatever put up the other side of a big part of the money or was going to. And it is possible that maybe TPUSA is interested in putting up some money. Even though they're not going to claim him officially. Who cares? Who cares, lady? The money came from Israel. How about that? Netanyahu called. It should be even easier then. Like, why does any of that matter? If you're confident in your position and you think you have all this fucking evidence, go put it out there.
To having looked.
Why did you sit on all this? It's funny how from the very beginning, she's like, oh yeah, I've got all this stuff and blah, blah, blah. She knew what Andrew Wilson was. She's a liar. Oh yeah, we know that. Yeah. Yeah, because they interacted. Dude, Candace has replied to me on Twitter before. I'm like, dude, listen. You know who Andrew Wilson is, all right? You're seeing all the clips. You're seeing the clips. You're seeing the call-outs. You're seeing the general like clips that are going viral on whatever. And so I know you're seeing that. If you're anywhere on the right, and even if you're not, guys at work were telling me. A guy at work showed me the clip of Andrew like fucking up Wes Watson and getting Wes Watson to crash out at that Red Pill conference thing. Like 2 guys from work showed me that clip and I was like, oh, I know that guy. So listen, I know you know. We all know you know.
Andrew Cole that seemed to be boosting you on X.
Now that is funny actually though. That's kind of funny.
Now, for everyone who was like me and
was that it?
Did not know who this man
was
was 5
she
minutes ago, Andrew Wilson apparently had a presence in the manosphere debating feminists, and that would explain why he was appearing on the Whatever podcast, which regularly features these sorts of debates. I've been on the Whatever podcast, and I've done these debates, so has Charlie Kirk. But now, of course, for
Even more reason why whatever clips would show up in your feed.
I guess either the right price or a chance at staying or being in the limelight, he's willing to sort of flip his position and kind of present himself as a feminist right there, tasked with defending Erica Kirk, taking over her late husband's company.
Hold on, we'll let her.
A $250 million organization, while the kids are back home with no parents as she travels the country. Now he's sympathetic to.
Again, when the man, and this is something that even Rachel's talked about. The man dies and leaves a fortune to the wife. The wife obviously has to manage that. We don't want to leave it to we don't want her brother coming in or somebody else coming in and taking over the organization just because they're a male. All right. Obviously, you want your wife to have your shit. That's such a stupid thing to say. And he's not defending even Erica. He just wants to debate the facts of the case. He's like, I'm interested. Let's debate this. Which is fair. Me and him kind of talked about it when we were at his house, and I was telling him, but I was doing all the stuff that I just said earlier, but it's like I don't really have evidence to back any of this stuff up. I'm just curious. It's kind of like I feel like I feel like 9/11 is worse. Like there's definitely a lot more actual evidence, but it's similar in a way in the sense that you have a lot of questions and a lot of things that don't really add up. And there's a couple of those here, and there's a couple of things where it's like people have their vested interests, but then there is a lot more evidence that Tyler Robinson did it here than passport surviving plane wrecks and shit like that. There's not quite as many questions on that front. Dude, this was crazy too. I can't believe I was liking the Misfit Patriot. Oh my God. Misfit Patriot was actually cooking some of these people in the chat, and it was kind of funny. This gay bear, dude. Let's see. Let's see. I don't know if it's going to pop up like that or not. Tyler Robinson, maybe. Oh, that's just funny. They were talking about the he can't carry the gun in his pants or whatever. And he literally posted a video of him shoving the rifle in two pieces, one in one leg and one in the other. And I was like, okay, that's actually, and then he took it out and put it together. And I was like, all right, well, that's kind of funny though. Let me see. I can't believe I was liking Misfit Patriot tweets. Some people were pissing me off. I'm like, you guys got to do better than this. Making me like Misfit Patriot tweets. Where is it, bro? Here we go. Maybe this is it. All right, hold on. Okay, here we go. This was it.
There's a rifle on my persons. To put it back together, you literally just do this. And then this. And then screw. Takes about 20 seconds. Okay, go fuck yourself.
Dude, that makes sense. Now that makes a lot more sense. I liked my own comment. People on the internet are so retarded they're making me agree with Misfire Patriot. Yeah, it was. Yeah, because Owen Benjamin posted this video, so he responded to that. Because he's like, this is what it looks like when you put the rifle in, and that's what I was thinking. I was like, oh, yeah, that kind of, kind of makes a lot more sense. And it wouldn't look awkward. You know what I mean? And maybe if you jammed it down in there too far, even you would get like a limp or something too. So I'm like, I don't know what the limp thing was about. Like, some people were saying like he needed to have a limp or he wasn't supposed to have a limp, or I don't know. But low key, you misfit. Yeah, he was just cooking some of these people too. Yeah, this guy's like, okay, sure. Really, the chassis is in the stock of the pan, like opposite of what I did. Yeah, so I mean, now that you say it like that, like, yeah, I mean, you can kind of see it. So I mean, or does it stay zeroed after? Yeah, see, I don't know enough about this. I don't know enough about guns, to be honest, or like scopes or zeroing sights and shit like that. I shoot guns, okay, but I don't, not very often, and not enough to know this shit, okay? I would like go to the range and have somebody already fucked with, or shit that I have here, which is like, I don't need any of that. It's for like, if somebody breaks in. Yeah, he was cooking a lot of people in here. Bro, I didn't see shit, dude. This guy's like, he's not that slick. I mean, you can see it a little bit when he leans there, but no, I mean, that's pretty good, especially for a big body dude. Now, this is a pretty skinny guy, so I'm not sure. But I mean, it depends on your commitment, man. I don't know how much I would assume you like thought about all this shit, or you practice putting it together. Is this the one that he used? I mean, it's the same concept though, right? It comes apart. This comes apart from this, and then you just stick one and one. I thought he had a couple more, but yeah, there was a couple that I saw when he first posted. It was pretty funny. I know, dude. I'm like, I don't want to agree with fucking Misfire Patriot, man. But I had to, man. These people pissing me off. I want to believe. That's the thing. Like, I love a good conspiracy, man. I want you to convince. This one, I'm just not convinced. I feel maybe not as bad as like Flat Earth, but it's close. It's close to how I feel about. It's like, I enjoy the conspiracy. I enjoy firing everybody up, dude, and like joining the bandwagon a little bit. You know what I mean? Gassing people up, but I don't think I believe it. I don't really. I think the official narrative is the most damning so far. Although I do see, lots of vested interests.
Now, Andrew Wilson looks to be about 50 years old. That's the best that I could do.
Damn, cooking him, dude.
Another point that I really was surprised by, because again, I thought this was like someone younger coming through the ranks.
Do we have the Vine
Worry
boom?
not, though, because when he debates, he's always drinking a beer. So he wants you to know he's cool. His ex-profile pic is
he's pretty cool.
A cig, because that's like 50-year-old man doing this is crazy. That's his brand or something.
I think
it's
smoking cigs is pretty chill.
Zuko from Greece, but with a potty mouth, to be sure. Greece was a clean movie, born to hand jive. I
don't think I have the Vine boom.
He chain smokes throughout debates, and he denigrates people so that people know just how like fresh to death he is. I really shudder at this prospect. Well, here's my counteroffer. Now that I know that Turning Point's in the orbit, right? Andrew Wilson currently trending on X, by the way, for having lied to Joe Rogan throughout this entire interview. This obviously backfired. The comments are amazing, making fun of him, and at nobody buying the Erica Kirk slop, the Christian slop, trying to...
what is the Christian slop? What does that mean?
Like anything that's happened since Charlie Kirk's assassination makes sense. Or
she's a Christian. She's a Catholic.
Or that we should feel bad for caring and investigating. But anyway, he's
You're not investigating. That's the other thing that I hate about, like, People are literally just sending Candace Owens random shit in her fucking email, and then she's just like running with it. And she's like, "I'm investigating." Like, no, you're not. Actually, you're not at all.
Trending because he similarly in this.
Do we think that were Candace Owens and Charlie Kirk like low key hooking up or something? Like what? She's like out with a vengeance, dude. She really hates Erica. She was crushing on him or something.
Discussion with Joe Rogan, lied in relation not just to me, but tried to like pretend that I'm somehow tangential to the leftist.
Do we have a Candace Owens mispronouncing words compilation? I can't spell. I have a broken finger and I keep missing the button. Oh yeah, dude. Yes.
Hundreds of followers, and you think, okay, this is an illiterate person.
Kind of read books. I'm just fascinated with learning real history because I think that truth is kind of, I mean, what actually has happened, the events of our world, is obviously, as the expression goes, way stranger in fiction. To do it again
what the fuck did she
posthumously. Charlie Kirk, the founder of
posthumously,
TCUSA,
dude.
will
Let's
be
go.
posthumously honored a posthumous award. They've decided posthumously, cordially accepted those posthumous terms.
Yeah.
SCIF, which stands for a sensitive, compartmented. If you can't compartmentalize, and a
Compartmentalize,
CEO,
dude.
chairman has to compartmentalize.
The
True.
IDF even dropped napalm 12.5 miles off the coast of the Sinai Peninsula. Is that correct when you arrive into the Sinai Peninsula?
Sinai.
Illiterate person.
He came out the Hamptons. Okay, remember that Backle? You knew that kerfluffle happened because of this kerfluffle. We're calling this whole race kerfluffle. Ways you can honor Charlie. Stop telling us that it has to always be Miss Macabre, like retired Green Beret, allegedly a heart attack. Normal passion, not this like chat GBT. At last I checked.
Chat GBT.
Terminology blitz. Blitzkrieg. Everybody uses the term blitzkrieg.
Blitzkrieg.
So I call it Blitzkrieg week. You can't even say blitz means lightning. Krieg means war. Even
Brother. She just kept going with that too. There's no way she didn't know that was wrong. Somebody probably told her, and then she went on the next day and just kept going. Blitzkrieg, dude.
and the NFL football team Blitzkrieg, like, God, like, no, he just liked the architecture. Bells and the bells, he loved the architecture. It was about the architecture. Like, yeah, no, like, he loved the architecture. I think this may have been about more than the architecture. Jewish people were in control of the slave trade. They've buried a lot of it. Buried the Charlie Kirk story. What about his burial? How come we haven't seen anything about his burial? Alex Jones was just burying himself. And Alex Jones jumped into the foray. Mock me.
The foray.
Mock me. And Alex Jones jumped into the foray. Mock me and Tucker Carlson. It's always got to be Tucker Carlson, Candace Owens, and of course. By the way, I always wonder where that expression comes from. The world is a stage.
Dude, that's a gem, dude. Mispronouncing your own name is pretty good. That's pretty good.
Where's that from?
That's something I would do.
I actually don't know where that's from originally. That would be interesting to see.
Totally like insane Alice in Wonderland, and then like all of a sudden there's like a Cheshire cat who's like smoking.
Night by Elie Wiesel.
Night by Eli Weitzel. Mentioning Elie Weitzel. Elie Wiesel. Oh, it's Shakespearean. All the world's a stage. Interesting. Very interesting.
Is it?
I read a lot. I don't know if I have a favorite book.
What?
Nothing favorite? All right, I'll take it.
Because that's what she is. She's illiterate.
Man.
Oh no. Same.
Then you see she has millions of followers.
How can you not give a, like, bro, Ender's Game, right off the top of my head, boom. I'd probably just say Ender's Game. Probably one of my favorite books. If you're gonna say like nonfiction, I would say actually more recently it would be oh, now I can't think of the name. That's good. Orthodoxy and the Religion of the Future. That one was a really good one. Candace's book, Rachel's book I read recently, like a couple years, like 2 years ago or whatever. You got to be able to name something off the top of the dome, man.
On F America tour, I've never so much as spoken to them, but then he also lied about them. He's accusing them of like laundering money and doing this on Joe Rogan's platform.
But she was totally fine running cover for them. I don't know who they are. The Un-F America Tour. Literally an organization whose sole purpose is to combat, TPUSA.
Platform, absent any fact check. He just lies, I guess. That's where they're at right now. Turning Point just needs people that are willing to lie. Nonetheless,
True.
like I said, I have a counter offer. He says 300K. Let's make it 500K, right? I just have the hunch, this feeling, gut instinct that you're maybe being backed by Turning Point USA.
Gut level. It's really gut level, brother.
It's just, you don't strike me as someone that has 300K lying around for conversation. I mean, not with that
All right, I don't know if
$40 million in one night off of Charlie's blood, but his grieving widow could be captured by the camera standing next to it. I think 500K feels more appropriate. They want to invest in you. You're their guy. Tell them that's what it costs. What's 500K between old friends, right? Also, my second counter offer position point that I'd like you to meet is I'm 7 months pregnant. So if you fancy a debate face to face, you're going to have to travel to me. It's common decency. No time limit in the debates. Don't worry. It will be live. We will bring up any documents or evidence that you mention as a part of this case. We have a team, so you can send links live. We are happy to pause and allow you to search for any evidence that you reference if the team can't find it for some reason. No tricks, as long as you want. Like I said, live, so anybody could see if we were trying to play tricks. As a 2A point here, you're not going to be chain smoking around me, tough guy, okay?
Isn't there... Wait, I think somebody sent me a clip on. Hold on. Or maybe there's... Hold on. I think it's just... Who's that fucking... Is it Bill Maher? Bill Maher? Yeah. Wasn't he smoking during this?
Climate, some fun.
And she was pregnant. Yeah, he was smoking
The things that
a fucking blunt, wasn't he?
I'm asking a serious question. When did we go? I'm not talking about space.
So while she was pregnant with her second kid or whatever,
I actually think that Trump out of office.
does he actually smoke it or is he just holding it? Maybe he doesn't light it. Maybe he just like holds it. Or maybe he's just like so high already that he just... I think he's got the lighter in his hand, dude. This fucking stoner, dude. That's kind of funny, actually. Okay, maybe he never lights it. I was like, I swear there was one where she was pregnant and he was like smoking with her in the room.
You have to bring yourself.
Fine, we'll leave the cigs, dude.
Actually, I would say the most important part for me. This is what has to happen. Third part here. Either Blake Neff or Andrew Colvett or Erica Kirk must publicly claim you first, meaning they must say that they are sending you in to debate on their behalf regarding the Charlie Kirk case. Okay? No worming away after the fact. They don't get to be, oh, we don't really know this guy, whatever. They're boosting you. You're at the headquarters teaching people how to debate. I got to tell you, from the outside, it kind of looks like Turning
Wait, how'd she know about that? I thought she said she didn't know.
Point USA scraping the bottom of the barrel, looking for influencers. And they've now arrived at people who are just amoral, who will lie about what people...
Dude, her fans are fanatics, though. That is crazy.
And who I would say are not reminiscent of the honest debate strategy and style that was once
Oh
employed.
my God. Somebody said, I'd quit SIGs to meet you.
Clean and respectable.
What a freak, bro.
I'm not kidding. Turning Point USA says they
And somebody
welcome
was
him
like,
to
Candace
speak up on
Owens is
debate.
undefeated.
Here's him debating a feminist leftist.
Like she doesn't debate anybody. She's had like a handful of debates.
I'll try to rephrase this. I'm gonna reframe, and I'm just gonna be totally honest with you.
Oh, she already did it. She already did it before the debate. She already did it. That's so good. I hadn't even watched this far.
I'm not a great orator person.
She's gonna play the clip. Yeah.
Religion.
Hey, dyke.
And now this,
About your family being.
of course, we all know was after 8 hours.
I don't even know what some of those words mean, but that's him in a nutshell. Just kind of curses and smokes cigarettes.
Poisoning the well.
They wrote, nope. He was paid for 1 day of the debate training for our students and campus debate team. He's not, quote unquote, being paid, but seeing how much they seem to hate that idea, maybe we should see if we can work something out.
Yes,
Joe
Andrew.
Rogan show does a great job on Joe Rogan dissecting several of the.
W.
So yeah, that's my count.
She's so mad.
Them.
I wonder if like maybe she wanted to be like the face. You know what I mean? Because there's like this big power vacuum when Charlie dies. I wonder if maybe that's what this is. She just wanted to be the guy or the gal in this case to take over and run the fucking thing. And they were like, hey, fuck off. We're like dealing with this or whatever. Like, everybody chill. There's like a giant power struggle happening right now. Everybody wants to be the guy. And she got kind of like pushed to the side or like sidelined. And then she got pissed and just started going off the rails.
You know, that they're not going to shirk responsibility and pretend like, oh, we just paid a one time. Yeah, he's going in there, and we want him to debate on our behalf. You will also have to come to me. To another point 2A. Obviously, you will not be chain smoking around me.
Dude, both of them should go to Rogan. That would be much better. That'd be so much better. We all want to see that. Now, let's see. Oh, wait, no, that's not the one I was trying to go to. Let's get some of this back and forth. Some of this back and forth. Because they've been talking about this now. Andrew Wilson. Candace Owens. Somebody say it was trending under TPUSA. Uh-oh.
I hope it happens. I'm really
The Groiper King has spoken, dude. What do the Groipers have to say?
excited about this Candace Owens, Andrew Wilson debate. I hope it happens. Guys, we got to make this happen. Guys, fellas, what can we do?
Oh, yeah. Wait. I think even Nick is on the side of, like, the main, like, narrative. He was getting pissed, I think, because I was watching his show around the time that all this stuff was happening. And I think he kind of went the same route as Andrew. He was like waiting for kind of everything to come out, waiting for the cards to sort of fall. And then once everything kind of landed, like settled a little bit, I think even Nick was saying the same things that Andrew was saying. He's like, look, I'm open to the conspiracies, but you guys are being retarded. None of you are making any sense.
Andrew Wilson challenged Candace Owens to a debate on the Charlie Kirk assassination. He raised $300,000 for... Does that just go to her? Does she just get all that money? He raised $300,000 for the debate, and initially she came back and said, I want $500,000. Really? She comes back with a counteroffer. She says, I want $500,000.
She's got to be, to be fair though, I mean, like, get your money, but like, she's got to be making fucking bank. For her to turn down like 150,000 the first time, that's actually kind of crazy. That's actually kind of crazy. She's got to be making a shit ton of money.
Never never mind.
I'll do it.
The 300,000, but we have to do it at my house, and you can't smoke cigarettes, and blah blah blah. Now Andrew Wilson has all these conditions. He's like, well, no ad hominem attacks, and it's got to be 3.5 hours, and so they're bickering about it on the timeline. Like, let's just make this ad content cuck the audience.
True.
You can't content cuck the audience. Candace Owens has been talking about this theory for almost a year now. It's time for a debate. You content cucked us with Ben Shapiro. You content cucked us with
True.
Kirk.
True.
You gotta bring it and debate Andrew Wilson. I want to watch.
Same.
I want to see this one. This is the showdown we've been waiting for. I think Andrew Wilson's probably the #1 anti-Charlie Kirk assassination truther. Well, he's in favor of the truth, but he's against the conspiracy. He was on Joe Rogan the other day talking about it. So I'd like to see it. That's going to be good stuff. I hope they get it together. They're talking about next Friday. If they do it next Friday, maybe I'll stream it.
We're all streaming it.
Sure. We'll see. I might not. Maybe I'll just catch it. They
W
might not
take.
even do it, so we'll see.
W take from the Groiper. How are we getting? Let's see. Oh God! Oh no, we don't want Constantine. Wait, never mind. Constantine's like the chill one, I think. Constantine's like, all right. Who is the moderator? I think they're getting Michael Knowles to moderate, aren't they? Shane Gillis should moderate this. True. Damn, they were cooking her. That's why. Oh, wait, this says 10. Never mind. All right, let's just go to... Okay. She was going back and forth with them on it, so let's see what they were saying. See what they was saying. All right, hold on. Uh-oh, here we go. Wait, what? What is this? Who is this? Who is KBC? I don't even know what this... My daughter died with HIV. What? I mean, I'm not I'm just agreeing on it. Went over the plus. I don't... What is this? Pretty prominent voice in the vaccine choice community. What? I don't know what the hell this is supposed to mean. Oh. Dude, everything is going crazy, bro. Oh, that's... Wait. No, that is recent. I don't know what any of this is new stuff I haven't looked into yet. I don't know what the hell that is. But let's see. Because her and Andrew were like reposting each other all day. Yesterday or something like that. Oh, here we go. What is this? Oh, that's why. I mean, your own like screenshot is cooking you though. How that doesn't seem like unreasonable terms. He wants you to publicly agree to a topic. That way you can't weasel out of it later and say, "Oh, well, we talked about this or we're talking about that," or true, just do it. That's crazy, dude. All right, let's see. Why did she repost this? What? Oh, here we go. Oh my gosh, dude. Nothing is more annoying or more obvious of a strategy than to demand a debate without a focused topic. Your gripe across multiple platforms. That's not even like a fair. That's not even possible. See, I think that's why he wants to hammer this out. You can't disprove every single possible of other alternative theory, without access to whatever the CIA has, whatever the FBI has, whatever the lawyers have in this case, which obviously he can't have access to and just put out publicly because that would destroy the case, or not destroy the case, but you know what I mean. He'd never be able to get access to that anyways. Well, it's ongoing, but this is what she wants. She wants to just grill him and say, prove that every single conspiracy theory is wrong. It's like, no, we're not here to do that. Maybe we can do some of that, but you're here to prove. I'm here to say and defend the official narrative. You're here to defend and support your narrative, which I don't even know if we're really sure what it is yet. As I've already stipulated, there's no time limit, but I'm going to ask that we keep the conversation focused at first, dedicating our time to debating the actual case. And the evidence you've repeatedly described as overwhelming. Once that has been debated, you are free to introduce and to question me about all of my alternative theories and or my opinion of Erica. To your cards, there's no time limit. Yeah, this was the last one I think I saw. Yeah, he wants to make sure that she also has to defend her position. Okay. Then what? Is there better evidence against Tyler Robinson for the murder of Charlie Kirk than any alternative theory presented by Candace Owens? Ah, here we go. She wants the topics to be: is there overwhelming, crystal clear evidence? Are the alternative theories presented by Candace regarding Charlie's assassination viable? See, that's just like a weak ass. That's kind of like doing the is it beyond a reasonable doubt? Like, okay, well, that's not. We're not in court. I mean. Yeah, so this could be pretty gay. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna happen. Yeah, I saw this one too, and I was like, she's like, stop being so soft. Blah blah blah. Like, we'll decide what. She like totally took this out of context. I think this one, I thought, to me, seemed like he was trying to appease her, like just to make sure she didn't feel like. Oh, hold on. Did I go back? Oh, here we go. Let's see. Oh, shoot. Oh, here we go. Yeah, he said, also no personal. This felt like this was for her, so that she felt. I feel like this was him giving her a safe space. Like, okay, this is going to be fine. No personal attacks and ad homs. I thought that was for her. I didn't think that that was like for him. I don't think he really cares, but you know, he's been dealing with these wenches. Andrew Redman, 34, allegedly told Tyler Robinson's girlfriend that it wasn't supposed to go down like that. You mean Tyler Robinson's boyfriend? Also, what does that mean, though? And where is that at? Like I said, I'm open to the conspiracies. I'm open to alternative theories. I'm kind of with, you know, Andrew and Nick, some of these other guys that are kind of like, look, the FBI narrative, whatever, the investigation, the culprit they have so far, all seems reasonable. It seems totally feasible, totally seems realistic. These guys are psychopaths, troons, unstable individuals. So, no, it wouldn't surprise me at all if that guy, given his history and his, you know, interactions, the Discord that he was in, and the, you know what I mean? Totally makes sense. Are there other people who had vested interests or had reasons to want Charlie dead? Sure, but I mean, like, we don't have a shred of evidence to support any of that as it stands right now. So I don't know what we're supposed to really go off of. You know what I mean? Give me something. Give us something. And I don't think that Candace is really doing investigation. I think people are just sending her a bunch of stuff, and she's just putting it out there without vetting any of it. I think someone just did this recently. I think they like trolled her by feeding her some fake thing, and then she shared it or something. Who was that? Was it Andrew that was saying that? Somebody like commented on her YouTube channel, and she was out there saying the things that were in the YouTube comment that they posted, and they screen shared it with the clip or something. I took like a screenshot of the comments and then shared the clip. So, but anyways, we'll get into the immigration a little bit. The invasion of Spain was happening. There's a lot of stuff, okay, but I can't keep up with everything that's happening right now. I can't recap the entire week because it's insane. But Spain is getting flooded by migrants. The leftists in Spain are like, oh, we sent them all back. And this is still what everything looks like. They were camped out the next day. People are being assaulted. It's getting insane. Journalists are disappearing. There was a clip of the girl that was like waving them on that was going viral. I can't find right now, but apparently she's missing. She's been missing for like 48 hours now or something. And you know what's funny is that I've debated, leftists on this, on open border policy, saying that like, hey, when you open up the borders, what's up, Maryland? And I've debated leftists on this and saying like, when you open up the borders or you advocate for mass amnesty where you're going to grant citizenship to, 1 million illegal immigrants, even 100,000 or several thousand, whatever. When you do those programs, all it does is encourage more migration. And Spain Spain had, I can't find the exact, or maybe I could grok it, but basically they put into effect a policy that was going to grant amnesty to all of the illegal migrants that were in Spain. 1.2 million or 1.5 million people applied, and so far they've gotten at least 600,000 people that have already gone through the procedure and gotten the citizenship. They're like at a net negative like 750,000 homes. Like they have a housing crisis already. Their unemployment is at 10% officially, meaning it's probably double that or worse in like realistically, because that's what happens here. We say, oh, the unemployment is at 6%, but it's really at like 18 to 20%. It's really a lot worse, because we all know, that's how the numbers work. If they don't want to give you the official numbers and scare everybody. So the government numbers are always behind what the actual unemployment is. So they have an unemployment crisis, they have a housing crisis, and then they just started accepting 1.5 million applications. They legalized 600,000 citizens, migrants, illegal immigrants to be citizens, and then they get these two cities that are, they're colonies at the top, essentially colonies at the top of Morocco, but they've been fine for 500 years. It's not like they were colonies from 100 years ago. And now they just get overrun after this. So that whole thing has been kind of insane. The images from this were like crazy. Watching people just like storm the beaches. It's like that movie DayZ or whatever it is. Let's see here. Yeah, I mean it's actually insane. And then Nick Shirley went there. I wanted to watch this. I do want to watch this, but I need to go check on. The wife real quick. I think our daughter just woke up. I want to make sure she's good. I'm gonna play this for a minute. Give me like 2 seconds. Let me check on the missus. Make sure she's all right.
This is a crazy situation right now.
Give me like 2 seconds.
You think it will take vigilantes to actually make a difference?
I'm the fucking first vigilante here. They're gonna fear me.
¿Por qué mujeres no vinieron aquí? Now they're all coming down, being walked down the mountain right now. Here in Spain, they received over 60,000 migrants who came across from the Moroccan border into the country of Spain. This is mainland Spain right behind me. However, right now I'm heading over to Ceuta, which is actually a town in Spain. However, it is on the African continent. There's a few towns that are part of Spain that are on the African continent, and Ceuta is one of them. Literally over 60,000 migrants came across their border. A lot of people are wondering what actually happened, so therefore we're heading there right now to see it for ourselves. These migrants quite literally came over by the truckloads into Spain, and people are wondering if it's a coordinated attack or if it was just the Moroccans that were coming over and seeking for a better life, or if it was an actual invasion. And just recently in April, the Prime Minister of Spain came out with a plan to give over 500,000 migrants legal status here inside of the country. Right now we're heading over to Ceuta to see it for ourselves. We'll be speaking with the migrants themselves, with the Spaniards, and we'll even be going to the border to see what actually happened here inside this town. And right now, if you are not subscribed to the channel, we're so close to 2 million subscribers. Go ahead, hit that subscribe button, give this video a like, and now let's see what is actually happening. Here we go. Now to start, I met up with citizen vigilante by the name Mancia, who saw and predicted that the migrants were coming just days before. And now let's go see what is happening. We've arrived now, and we're here with Mancia. Mancia's from here in Spain. Right now we have a group of men right here. Look, they're covering up their faces. ¿Eres de Morocco? You from Morocco? ¿Por qué vinieron aquí a España?
All right. Everything is good. I just heard her kind of freaking out a little bit. My daughter sounded like she wasn't having a great time, so had to go check on them. But they all right. She gonna go back to bed.
Okay, these people don't want to leave. They want to go.
And what's crazy too is I think that Nick came out and filmed this after the Spanish government had come out and said, all the migrants are back. We took care of everything and they're all sent back. And then Nick Shirley releases this video like a day or two later out there after they've said that.
On July 31st was the day when quite literally 60,000 people came across, and right now a lot of those young men
It's crazy.
back to Morocco, but now you just have groups of these men walking around the town. Just like this one right here.
These groups are creating insecurity. The military are here as well. He said one thing. He said, this is Morocco. One of them. He said, this is Morocco because they
Now, and to be fair, I mean, like, okay, if you want to take it by force militarily, go for it as Morocco. I see the, let's see here. Let's see. Hold on, let's see. If you want to take it by force, I mean, go for it. I mean, if you think it's yours, fight for it, whatever. But this is, okay, can we just see the picture, dude? I don't need to go to your website. Okay. So this is what we're talking about. We're talking about, oh my gosh. These two little cities, I mean, they're tiny, dude. They're tiny little, just on the tip here. Ceuta, I guess. I don't know how to say that. And Melilla. And they're like these little teeny blips of land. And they're in Morocco, but they've been there for 500 years. They've been there without much gripe. Okay, I'm sure there's some gripe every once in a while. They're like, that's our territory. But come take it. I mean, Now, when they come across in hordes like that, I don't know how the military doesn't respond faster than they did. I mean, the military should have been there like the same day, but leftists were essentially just like welcoming them in.
This is Morocco, but Spain, this has been spanning since 400 years. 400 years before Morocco got his independence. So it doesn't make any sense. But still, they say this is Morocco.
Is this
See, I didn't know that. I didn't know that these cities have been there since before Morocco gained its independence. That's actually kind of crazy. Wow. Shocker. Dude, I mean, I can't say the things that I want to say.
migrants to head up into the rest of Europe?
Yes.
But I mean, you should use the utmost force to defend your nation.
Yeah.
And right now we're heading to the border. Here we go.
And it's women.
We've made it here to the border, and a lot of these migrants are actually now going back to Morocco. So for instance, right here we have a group of Moroccans that are now going back to Morocco. So right here is where they all came into the country, and right now they're going back to Morocco.
Now there are still thousands upon thousands of migrants out inside the city, and we'll be finding them in just a moment. However, it's super important for you guys to understand exactly what happened at the border.
So this is the border right now. We do have some people that are turning themselves.
Yeah,
in,
there
and now they're
video
starting to
of
Morocco, and it looks like
of them opening the gates, dude. Like, what in the?
Were those there before?
The thing is, I don't understand why they didn't put this before when this started. Why now? Why now? That's my question.
Do you think it was coordinated to let them all come in that day?
It's coordinated.
Absolutely.
I cannot imagine.
Dark Side Deacon is ready.
Heavily.
Appreciate you.
In military. How
What's up?
these people can get out of control in this country.
Go away, Viper. Sure. Relax, Avarice.
You guys going back to Morocco?
Relax. Down.
Ask them why they came here and what's the situation like in Morocco.
They came thinking that they would have
We're watching the destruction of my
How come everyone came in flip-flops?
my home country, Spain. One of my heritage countries.
What was it like the day everyone started coming in?
Yo qué sé, esto es un jaleo muy grande. Nos han hecho un alboroto total.
So now we have another person going back to Morocco. When everyone came through, they actually closed down all the shops.
Crazy, bro.
We're about to get looted. So when all the migrants came over here,
What's
they
up?
thought they were going to get food, they were going to try to get jobs, but all the stores were
Appreciate the little raid.
border. They swam from the Moroccan
What were
side.
y'all looking at tonight? What were y'all talking about? What was going on over there? Debates? YouTube took away my other words. Chill out, dude. This is a... Never mind, it's not a safe space, but, you know.
While people are actively trying to swim into Spain right now, you actually have them also sending the people back to Morocco at the same time.
That's crazy, dude.
You have the Navy out here. Where were they out the day when everyone came through?
They came the day after this ship in order to provide support.
And how did you know that people were going to start crossing into Spain the day that they did? Because you came all the way from Madrid.
Yeah, I came all the way over from Madrid by car because from Monday I started to see in the news that a little amount of people was doing that, but not at this dimension. It started.
I mean, I don't know if they're starting to wake up, though, because, I mean, I think the government is still, like, basically cooked. Like, I don't... It's so bad. I mean, like, their conservatives over there would be progressives here. You know what I mean? Like, that's how bad it is over there. The Overton window is so far to the left. It's insane. I wonder if we can get, like, I don't know what I'm actually looking for, like... Oh my gosh, dude. Oh no. Oh yeah, this is a W.
I probably do dial it up a little bit too much, and maybe I could use different rhetoric, etc. But I want to let you know that I apologize for nothing.
I know, it's crazy.
I said, and I think that these borders should be defended with lethal force whenever it's being invaded.
Oh yeah.
At the same time. That's
I agree.
a really dangerous thing for all the people that live in that country. And I don't think that a government has an obligation to allow a bunch of invaders to pour over and potentially kill their own citizens. I find this to just be horrible, and ultimately it should be stopped. Also, there are a lot of other patterns, like I'll give another parallel to this as well, is that in a lot of gang culture, what they do, and this is, of course, nothing like this is a monolith, but many of people like this, what they do is they'll use children to commit crimes because they know the children will not be sentenced in the same way that an adult will do. And what my biggest argument
true.
is that
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. It's like I don't blame anybody for wanting to go to a first world nation, but it's like I don't blame Mexicans for wanting to run over the border. Like, of course you want to run over the border. Of course you want to be here. But that's not a good enough reason for me to say. It's like I can't just break into somebody's house because I want to be in a nice big house where everything is taken care of and like I get nice food and clothes and whatever. It's like that's not a legitimate reason to commit a crime. I can't just say, "Oh, well, I broke into this hotel and broke into a room because I just wanted to stay in a hotel. I'm homeless." It's like, okay, well, you're still committing a crime. You got to go, dude. You got to get the fuck out. I understand it from their perspective. I'm not mad at them. Oh my God, there's a big old spider on the wall. Dude, that made me jump. Hold on. We go to battle. I don't want to get spider guts on any of my good books. All right, we got them. Scared the piss out of me. Anyways, yeah, just wanting to be here is not a good enough reason for us to accept you here. Plus, like, when they were going through and looking at a bunch of this stuff for the Moroccans, I mean, they emptied their prisons or something. Like they just recently emptied a bunch of their prisons. And a lot of other countries have done that in the past too. South American countries do it to each other. So they'll like release all their prisoners, or like 3,000 prisoners, because it's just too expensive to take care of them. They'll basically just tell them, "Hey, go out of the country, like go across the border, whatever, and we won't rearrest you, essentially. But like if you stay here, we're gonna rearrest you. You're gonna go back to prison." Yeah, I know. I couldn't catch that one though. Plus, he was a little too large. I had to wrestle him. But yeah, I mean, it's just ridiculous. Like, I'm an empathetic person. I feel for people wanting to live a better life, but it's like, do something there. Why don't you? I mean, be a change where you're at. You know, don't bring your chaos to every other country. How far did that guy jump? Yeah, and they were leaving from Ceuta, or whatever you call it, immediately going to Spain from there. So a lot of them, the goal was not to stay there in the city. It was to move across the border into the mainland to try to get access to the country due to because of those the mass immigration policies. trying to see if I can get the clip, what he said. What were the comments that he made? Oh my God! What did that?
They deserved it. Blame us on. They didn't deserve it. Blame us on. You already know what's up. Anytime this kind of thing happens, like his community immediately start brigading everything. I'm just gonna show you exactly what we suspect is the reason why he got banned, because it can be a million different things. It could be so many different things, because he is a TOS violation, a walking terms of service violation machine for the most part, but it's most likely the...
Yeah, but Europe didn't used to be that diverse. Europe is that diverse because they've been running. So everything that we're fighting here in America, they're like 10 years ahead of us. They're like 20 years ahead of us, really. Because they started all this mass migration shit in Europe way before we did. And all the Marxist policy and all that stuff was born in Cambridge and Oxford and everywhere else. They've been running the import all the Muslims playbook for a while now. I mean, and they're basically cooked. I mean, they're beyond replacement. There's a good video. We can pull up this immigration video and watch this. This is a really good one. There's two really good ones. There's the immigration gumballs. I love these two. There's the immigration gumballs. That's just one that I wanted to watch again. I haven't watched this since I was like probably shortly out of high school. Like a couple years out of high school. Wait, how old is this? Maybe not. Oh, I don't know if that's the original one, but... And then there's the... Let's see. I don't know if it's going to be... Shit. I don't know if that's going to pull it up. It's like a 20-year-old video. Fuck. I'm not going to be able to find it now. Yeah, I don't know. That's what I was trying to kind of find was the original video. I think Hassan was going to react to it, but I don't have the original one.
About murdering migrant children. That's the reason why he got banned. I mean, he's done so much more. It's kind of crazy that that's just the tip of the iceberg, really. It's the tip of the iceberg as far as like what got him banned. Because he does commentary, like violent commentary, urging his followers to go out and do violence against the...
Oh. Are you gonna play the video?
I mean, he kind of crazy on that.
No, he's just gonna yap.
Real commentary thing. Again, I suspect any others as a social animal. You are, unironically, the actual animal, not the undocumented.
Wonder if this will work.
It might sound like, oh, is shoot him problem solved? That's what I would do. That's what I think they should. I think they should just fucking shoot him. Like I said this before. Like, I know that it might sound like, oh, well, you shouldn't do that. I have no sympathy for doing that, and I would do that in a second because it's the right thing to do in the long term. You can never look at in a very, very isolated incident. You could say, and there's always this is emotional blackmail, right? Well, you can't shoot these people; they have kids with them. Well, then don't bring your kids. If you don't want to get shot, then don't bring your fucking kids. It's really simple. You mean you'd shoot adults and deport the kids, right? Well, I'd shoot whoever. Yeah.
He's a savage, dude.
Man, anybody, you just shoot them. They're gonna stop coming over.
I mean, he's not wrong. I mean, and it only takes it literally only takes one instance. Now, a situation like that just happened in Spain. I mean, where it's clearly only adult males, working age males, military age males that are crossing over. One time is all it takes. Like 1 or 2 instances. That's all it takes, and that's never going to happen again. Now, I wouldn't go as hard as Asmongold if there was
To get themselves over.
if there was children, but
Women and children at risk because they know that they can use them as collateral.
but a lot of the people that come over are not women and children, anyways. All the border crossings are generally not women and children because the people know that when they send their women and children that they're getting assaulted. Unfortunately. Okay, I got it. And I think this might be the one, but
They can get more of themselves over. That's the way it works. That's the way an animal thinks, and these people are animals. They're savages. Absolute fucking savages. Hamas tactics, terrorists.
yeah, hide in the hospital. You know what I mean?
But you have to do what you need to do in order to enforce your borders, man. Like, that's the way it is. People are too emotional to see that. Yeah, I mean, like, again, like, it's... You can't make decisions that way. And I understand the way that I talk about this might be a little bit extreme. It might be a little bit, unemotional. I wish we had more people like me. I do. I wish we had more, because we got too many pussies.
Oh, I don't know if you're in here already, but
to something rather than the reality of it. The reality of it is that if you allow people to use kids as a shield to come over, they're going to use kids as a shield to come over. And that's going to cause a net increase of child exploitation, a net increase of child suffering. And it's better to just say nobody can come over and shoot anybody than try to create winning solutions for these people so they can take advantage of them by further exploiting those groups of people that you think you don't want to shoot. That's just how it is. You say you shoot kids?
I mean,
yeah, no, that's. I mean, obviously that's what I said, right? I mean, like that's.
Okay. he just bit the bullet like completely. What is this? What is this thumbnail here? What is going on, dude? Why did they do that to Asmongold? Yeah, man, that sucks, dude. I really want to react to the immigration gumballs, but I really wanted to do this. Man, I'm trying to find this. I think I have it in here. I think I have it in show notes from like a show a good minute ago. It is like a perfect encapsulation, a perfect explanation of what is happening in Europe, and the fact that they were starting this so long ago that there's not really anything that they can do about it anymore, unfortunately. And I think there are accelerationists on the left, and there are just genuine, like, brainwashed, like, empathetic, overly empathetic morons that think they should be doing this to, like, make up for their whiteness or whatever dumb shit. So between the two of them, I mean, they're just selling the country out. Come on, dude. I know I had this in here. see the topic where it was immigration. I just don't know if I put the video in here or not. Damn, I just can't remember the name of it. It's such a it's such a good video, dude. I need this. I'm not gonna be able to find it right now. So gay. Okay, I thought you were, but wasn't sure. Oh, am I gonna get? Oh, the one I'm watching isn't clipped out? Okay. Well, it's probably better that way. Should I watch the... Watch the Tech 10 one. This is like 20 minutes. Let's watch immigration gumballs because this is like a 5-minute video. This is one of my favorite videos that totally changed my mind on like immigration. Because I was, you know what I mean? When you're young, you still have a heart, you know? And you're like, yeah, I guess we should like, you know, be nice and just take in all the immigrants. Everyone should just be able to come here and have the opportunity and come for the American dream.
This gumball represents the 1 million legal immigrants that the United States has taken every year on average since 1990. Now, who in the world deserves our humanitarian compassion? The World Bank has one measure of the desperately poor of the world. They make less than $2 a day. And we only invite one. And how many people make less than $2 a day in the world? We'll start with Africa. In Africa alone, there are 650 million people who make less than $2 a day. 650 million. And in India, another 890 million people, desperately poor. China adds another 480 million people, making less than $2 a day. And unfortunately, the rest of Asia has a heartbreaking 810.
I got a $5 from somebody on Venmo. I think that's from this stream. Appreciate that.
A day. And finally,
We gonna get this super chats unlocked.
That are desperately poor.
All right, hold on. Let's go back.
Every year on average since 1990.
Yeah, 1990 really started cooking us.
The 1 million legal immigrants that the United States has taken every year on average since 1990. Now, who in the world deserves our humanitarian compassion? The World Bank has one measure of the desperately poor of the world. They make less than $2 a day. And how many people make less than $2 a day in the world? We'll start with Africa. In Africa alone, there are 650 million people who make less than $2 a day. 650 million. And in India, another 890 million people, desperately poor. China adds another 480 million people, making less than $2 a day. And unfortunately, the rest of Asia has a heartbreaking 810 million people who the World Bank says make less than $2 a day. And finally, there's 105 million of Latin America's population that are desperately poor. All told, the World Bank says there are 3 billion people in the world, 3 billion people who are desperately poor, making less than $2 a day. That's 3,000 gumballs. And every year, we take 1 million and suggest that we've somehow made a humanitarian difference. Of course, we don't pull our immigrants from these desperately poor populations, do we? These people are too poor, too sick, too disconnected to make it here as immigrants. We tend to pull our immigrants out of the better off poor of the world And Mexico tends to define the type of immigrant that we bring here because the plurality of people come from Mexico. And Mexico is poor. How many people in the world live in countries that have average incomes lower than that of Mexico? And the World Bank tells us that that number is these 3 billion plus another 2.6 billion people. 5.6 billion people in the world
True, Kyle.
who live in countries with average incomes below that of Mexico. That's 5,600 gumballs. And so what is it that the elites are telling us? They're telling us that when we take this 1 million immigrants, that we somehow or another are tackling world poverty. Double our immigration to 2 million a year. We couldn't make a noticeable difference. And we may be really hurting the impoverished people of the world because the million that we do take
Oh, this is
are
the short
among the
version.
most energetic, often the better educated, certainly the most dissatisfied people that if they did not.
Yeah, that's that's a short version. But what are your thoughts on the idea that a nation, as a nation built by immigrants, America should accept more immigrants? No, I mean America was a nation built by European immigrants. So I mean, I think that yeah, it's fine to accept immigrants, but you should be looking for immigrants who. The reason why, and it doesn't have anything to do with being white. It has to do with the culture. It has to do with the fact that European cultures are all where we came from as a nation. So, of course, those are going to be the easiest cultures to assimilate into the country. Those are going to be the easiest immigrants to weave into the fabric of the country without causing any major issues. So even this whole melting pot thing that everybody likes to throw around, the melting pot was created, the terminology was created by some like Jewish guy, but even that guy was talking about European immigrants. He wasn't talking about the third world. And like he's saying, when this starts in the 1990s, that's because of policies that started to be put into effect under JFK, unfortunately, uncapping the cap that we previously had on immigration from countries outside of Europe. So, yeah, we want them to add to our economy, not drain it. Yeah. Yeah, and so, I mean, it doesn't do us any good. And like he's saying in this, and this is really old. This is not... I'm pretty sure this is like 10 or 15 years old. This is from like early YouTube. And I mean, no matter what we did, if we're talking, we're trying to make it, it's billed as though it gives this appearance that, like he's saying, we're tackling world poverty. We're trying to help out the poor or whatever, and the disenfranchised, but we're actually not. The majority of our immigration, I think, still, at least our targeted stuff, is like what he ends up getting at is that we're essentially brain draining other countries. We're taking all the best and brightest from other countries legally, and everybody who can make it here legally really is normally people who have access to resources. So they're already at a higher. This is the whole. This is the common misconception with like the Indian IQ, right? The Indians that can make it here tend to be more well off, tend to be higher educated, tend to be a part of the upper caste system in India. So, of course, they test higher on IQ scores. And anybody who's from a rich, wealthy family with, high education, whatever, is going to test above the average IQ. But when you go and you test the IQ in the nation, in the actual country from the citizens, it's like 77. But people are always saying, like, I remember having a conversation with a family friend, and they were saying that. They were like, yeah, but like with the H1Bs, and isn't it like, aren't they like really smart and stuff like that? I mean, basically asking me why I had a problem with you know, the H-1Bs or whatever, and I was explaining it to them, and I'm like, no, that's a common misconception. Like, and I explained it to them, and they were like, oh shit, I didn't think about it. And I'm like, yeah, when you say, oh, they're really high IQ, and then you're testing only American Indians whose families are rich and, you know, they got here through legal migration and they've been going to schools and blah blah blah, or maybe they're like a generation or two in. Yeah, of course, their IQs are going to test a lot higher than they would in India. When you go to India and test the IQ, it's like 67 to 77 or something crazy. It's pretty bad. Of course, they have billion people too, so. Okay. We might be, let's see. Might be taking a break for just a second. I gotta go see. Give me just a second. We're gonna put back on because I wanted to watch this too, but then I got sidetracked. I'm gonna put this back on for just a second. Just go check again.
I didn't think about that, but yes.
My daughter's getting a little grumpy out there. I can hear her.
They could did something beforehand, for sure.
I'll put this on for just a second. Give me just a second.
Why all the Spanish people think that this was kind of coordinated.
As we get away from the border, people are still in floaties coming across. You have all these people sleeping here in the back of this shop right here, and now you have lines of people waiting to get food. What did you think when you saw all these people coming across? Would you say this was an invasion?
Yes, an invasion is armed with weapons. I think this is an occupation because they are not coming with weapons. But it's an occupation, for sure, for sure. The people from Ceuta, they couldn't even eat. They couldn't even go to the supermarket for 3 days. The people of Ceuta was suffering this situation. They couldn't go to the supermarket, they couldn't go to the pharmacy, they couldn't go anywhere. They couldn't go to the street because a lot of security, a lot of big groups of guys hanging out in the street.
And now we're coming upon a big group of men, and there's no woman. I haven't seen a single woman going back or coming.
1% was woman.
So here's everyone coming in right now. It looks like they're opening up shops for people to come in and get some food. Is everyone from Morocco? Todos son de Morocco? Everyone's from Morocco. ¿Y por qué vinieron aquí? Why'd you guys come here? ¿Por qué vinieron?
بس الرجعوا له فور تراباخو فور مانجاري فور كل شيء اسبانيا no tengo Marruecos no mangiare no trabajo Marruecos.
How old are you guys? ¿Cuántos años tiene?
23.
Me llamo Hamza. ¿Cuántos años? 21.
Pregúntales si estaba organizado desde Marruecos o por redes sociales.
لا لا ما قالوا الناس في التيك توك قول لهم المغرب وما اللي بتخلونا
The police in Morocco, they told them to come.
Right now we have this young kid translating for us. We just asked them if they came through because of social media and TikTok, and they just said that the Moroccan police let them in. Why'd you come here to Spain? ¿Por qué vinieron aquí a España?
Porque no tengo vivir a Marruecos.
¿Y por qué?
Porque no tengo vivir, no tengo trabajo, no tengo dinero.
The situation here is getting a little dicey right now. Everyone just comes out yelling. Nobody really knows what language. I'm speaking English, Spanish. They're speaking broken Spanish and Moroccan.
Amigo, gracias, muchas gracias.
Ahora a Londres, ¿dónde vas?
Amigo, Marruecos.
Europa.
Para Europa.
Europa. Todo
¿Qué
Europa.
parte?
Nosotros todo Europa. Hasta, te digo yo, hasta Rumanía. Rusia necesita mano obra barata, Marruecos manda. Derechos humanos, no hay Marruecos, no hay derechos humanos, ¿no? Pues vamos a buscarlo, hasta en China, derechos humanos.
So here you have a group of them that all came through from Morocco. Where are you guys going now? Paris.
Crazy. Yeah, she's getting a little grumpy. Women, I wonder why. Yeah.
Londres.
ألمانيا بروكسل بلجيكا دنمارك هولندا يا مين يا مال I love you احنا وين
And how old are you guys?
El mundo 28
He's 28.
28 21
21. ¿Por qué mujeres no vinieron aquí? All these men right here, not a single woman in sight. He said something about woman in Islam. What does Islam think about women?
He was saying that Islam says that women must be kept at home.
So they leave all their wives back in their country where there's no money, no jobs, no food, but then they come here all by themselves?
Correct.
You as a woman, how did you feel seeing 40,000, 60,000 migrants come across the border here?
Me sentí amenazada. No podía salir con el bebé. No podíamos salir porque yo vivo en un ático, pero tengo vecinos que vivían en el primero y tenían miedo de que saltaran a las casas. Es peligroso. Porque cuando vienen en avalancha es peligroso.
How do you feel knowing that the women here feel threatened? Amenazados.
I feel very, very angry. I cannot understand.
Very angry. Yeah, I think it's intentional at this point. I mean, this one, man. See, this isn't the right one, but this is close.
More than 25 years, there must be a fertility rate
Is this the right one?
2.11 children per family. With anything less, the culture will decline.
Whatever.
Historically,
It's the right one.
has ever reversed.
It started in the wrong place, but I wonder if this is the right one, but it's not necessarily in the right place. Muslim demographics. That's the one. I can't remember exactly what it was called. This is insane because, like I said, they're already. You'll see. I'll just let it play, dude. It's crazy. This video was made. This was 17 years ago. This video was put out.
According to research, in order for a culture to maintain...
Oh, maybe that
itself
was
for
just
more than
skipping the
25
intro.
years, there must be a fertility rate of 2.11 children per family. With anything less, the culture will decline. Historically, no culture has ever reversed a 1.9 fertility rate. A rate of 1.3, impossible to reverse, because it would take 80 to 100 years to correct itself, and there is no economic model that can sustain a culture during that time. In other words, if two sets of parents each have one child, there are half as many children as parents. If those children have one child, then there are 1/4 as many grandchildren as grandparents. If only 1 million babies are born in 2006, it's hard to have 2 million adults enter the workforce in 2026. As the population shrinks, so does the culture. As of 2007, the fertility rate in France was 1.8, England 1.6, Greece 1.3, Germany 1.3, Italy 1.2.
Yeah, well, there may not be an American dream anymore. It's going to be the Muslim dream. It's going to be not the same. I mean, that's what's so funny about it. It's like if you allow too many people from any outside countries in, you water down the culture. You're going to destroy the reason why you came here in the first place. Seems the current economic situation, right? Yeah, I mean, again, and I understand why they're leaving, why they want to leave, but Yeah. In Morocco to reach Ceuta or Melilla or whatever it's called. Yeah, you're just swimming around that little section, yeah.
Spain, 1.1. Across the entire European Union of 31 countries, the fertility is a mere 1.38. Historical research tells us these numbers are impossible to reverse. In a matter of years, Europe, as we know it, will cease to exist.
And
Yet
again,
the population of Europe is not declining.
Again, for context, they're saying this, and this is 17 years ago.
Why? Immigration. Islamic immigration. Of all population growth in Europe since 1990, 90% has been Islamic immigration. France, 1.8 children per family. Muslims, 8.1. In southern France, traditionally one of the most populated church regions in the world, there are
He's
now
going
more
crazy.
mosques than churches. 30% of children ages 20 and younger are Islamic. In the larger cities such as Nice, Marseille, and Paris, that number has grown to 45%. By 2027, 1 in 5 Frenchmen will be Muslim. In just 39 years, France will be an Islamic republic. In the last 30 years,
Telling
the
you, dude.
Muslim population of
It's
Great
crazy.
Britain rose from 82,000 to 2.5 million, a 30-fold increase. There are over 1,000 mosques, many of them former churches. In the Netherlands, 50% of all newborns are Muslim, and in only 15 years, half of the population of the Netherlands will be Muslim. In Russia, there are over 23 million Muslims.
And where was
That's
that? Hold on. Let's check. Let's check if they were correct.
Many of them former churches. In the Netherlands, 50% of all newborns are Muslim, and in only 15 years, half of the population of the Netherlands will be Muslim.
Let's see. Let's see if they got it right. See if they got it right. Damn, they didn't get it right. I wonder if they're like of Muslim descent or something.
Years, 50% of all newborns are Muslim.
Let's see. Islam, they tend to not stay in the religion, especially after like one generation in. So, but I don't think that's really good for anybody, because that just means they're becoming secular. So you just have secular, Arabs running around or whatever. They were off, dude. They were wrong. They're probably all of, well, I mean, I guess if the birth rates were what they were, then they're still of Islamic descent. They just left their religion, I guess.
Will be Muslim. In Russia, there are over 23 million
True,
Muslims.
yeah.
That's 1 out of 5 Russians. 40% of the entire Russian army will be Islamic in
True,
just a
Kyle.
few short years. Currently in Belgium, 25% of the population and 50% of all newborns are Muslim. The government of Belgium has stated 1/3 of all European children will be born to Muslim families by 2025, just 17 years away. The German government, the first to talk about this publicly, recently released a statement saying, "The fall in the German population can no longer be stopped. Its downward spiral is no longer reversible. It will be a Muslim state by the year 2050. Muammar al-Gaddafi of Libya said, "There are signs that Allah will grant victory to Islam in Europe, without swords, without guns,
Pretty much, yeah.
without conquest. We don't need terrorists. We don't need homicide bombers. The 50 plus
Yeah, that's the thing that these progressives don't understand either. It's like, yeah, because of the democracy in our countries, it allows them more freedom, and so they get to come over and do the things they do, take advantage of the social safety nets. But the feminists and the progressives don't realize that having a democracy works against you whenever the people that are coming in to vote and participate in your democracy don't give a shit about democracy or liberalism or any of that bullshit that, to them, you know, all this bullshit that the founding fathers founded the country off of. They don't give a fuck about your rights. So when they take power and they vote their people in, they're going to have Sharia law, and then it's going to be too late. You're going to be like, oh shit, maybe we shouldn't have done this. Maybe we shouldn't have allowed all this to happen. But it's like, you're already too far gone.
Europe would turn it into a Muslim continent.
That's like what Andrew's done in a handful of these debates when he's asking these people. He's like, when he's talking about, like, you know, Christian nationalism, and he's like, hey, you know, well, if I do this like democratically, meaning if I go in and I get my people to vote this way, and I can convince everybody to do whatever XYZ, then it's vote and use the democratic process. And then once we get in power, then we toss the Constitution out. That's fine, right? And they're like, well, yeah, I guess. It's like, okay, well then why would we want you in charge? Who do you think should be in charge, me or you? Because you're not going to do anything to stop, you know, what's coming.
Within a few decades. There are currently 52 million Muslims in Europe. The German government said that number is expected to double in the next 20 years to 104 million. Closer to home, the numbers tell a similar story. Right now, Canada's fertility rate is 1.6, nearly a full point below what is required to sustain a culture. And Islam is now the fastest growing religion. Between 2001 and 2006, Canada's population increased by 1.6 million, 1.2 of those immigration. In the United States, the current fertility rate of
Dearborn's
American
coat
citizens is 1.6. With the influx of the Latino nations, the rate increases to 2.11, the bare minimum required to sustain a culture. In 1970, there were 100,000 Muslims in America. Today, there are over 9 million. The world is changing. It's time to wake up. 3 years ago, a meeting of 24 Islamic organizations was held in Chicago. The transcripts of that meeting showed in detail their plans to evangelize America through journalism, politics, education, and more. They said, we must prepare ourselves for the reality that in 30 years, there will be 50 million Muslims living in America. The world that we live in is not the world in which our children and grandchildren will live. The Catholic Church recently reported that Islam has just surpassed their membership numbers. Some studies show that at Islam's current rate of growth, in 5 to 7 years, it will be the dominant religion of the world. As believers, we call upon you to join the effort to share the gospel message with the changing world.
Now, and I think the only saving grace, like I was saying earlier, I think the only thing that saved us from that actually becoming the case, which I still think Christianity is the dominant religion overall, but again, that only has to do with the fact that the retention rates are so low with Islam. Like, their retention rates are really high in Islamic countries. When the entire country is Islamic, the retention rates are high. I wonder why. Because they have Sharia law, and you can't leave the religion without facing consequences. Even in the U.S., there are arrests that are made. There's several cases, probably hundreds at this point, or maybe even thousands of cases or something. These like honor killings where they either attempt or they do, an honor killing because they had their daughter and they're supposed to send their daughter to like Pakistan and she doesn't want to do it, but she's an American citizen or whatever, right? But she's a Muslim. So they're sending, their trying to send their 15-year-old daughter off to be married, in Pakistan or the Middle East or wherever. She doesn't want to do it. So they kill her or they try to kill her. That's Sharia law. And in an Islamic country, in a Middle Eastern country where where Islam is the dominant religion, you have to follow and abide by all those laws. In the US, you don't. We have the justice system that can sort of defend these people from this a little bit, and therefore the retention rates are like critically low compared to their home countries or whatever. What would a victory by Abdul El-Assad over Mike Rogers in the race for Michigan for pro-Israel advocacy in the United States? I mean, I don't think it would have an impact at the like national level. I mean, you'd have one. It's just like Mamdani winning New York. What did he do? Like almost immediately after, he went and met with all the rabbis and stuff. So, I mean, those people, doesn't matter whether they get in or not, for now anyways. There's a tight enough grip and there's still a strong enough relationship with Israel at the national level that these handful of like senators and congressmen here and there are really not going to make that big of a difference. I think it made a difference in the sense that like, it may make a difference in the sense that it's going to be easier for another Republican to win because Jews are, and Israelis are realizing that if they want to maintain their relationship with Israel, then Republicans are going to need to keep winning because Democrats are, off their rockers. So I think it could be good overall, but I think I'd end up having to call it. I might play a little Rocket League for like a couple games and then call it. Or I might just call it and then play Rocket League, but it's already 12 o'clock. I was trying not to stay up too late. I got liturgy in the morning. I gotta go sing with the choir. Missed like 2 weeks now. We went to Dallas and had a blast at Dallas. Came back. Obviously, I didn't go that Sunday because I was in Dallas. And then my son and daughter had like a really mild case of like the hand, foot, mouth disease or whatever they call it. So no, I wouldn't vote for. No, I'm not fucking retarded. Look, I have issues. I have some gripes with Israel, but I would rather us be allied with Israel over, the Muslim countries any day. I mean, I think the Israel relationship is not necessarily doing us any like it's problematic, but I would rather have Israel come around and become more like America first, I guess. Stop doing all their subversive bullshit. If they could just quit that shit, which I know they can't because, it's their religion, unfortunately. It's like they're equally as destructive to me because, especially as a Christian, it's like, one is saying they're going to usher in the Antichrist, and the other is, and spits on Christians, and the other is basically does the same thing. I mean, both of them have words for, what is a non-member of their religion or whatever. Like the Muslims call us kafirs or whatever it is, and then the Jews call us goyim. So it's like they hate us equally to me. But I would rather maintain that relationship with Israel right now. I think the Israel relationship works in our interest. I would just like to see us getting more out of the bargain. It seems like we're really giving them a shit ton of money for fucking nothing, and we're getting nothing in return except for shitty intel and a lot of fucking dead American soldiers in the Middle East. So I'd like to see the IDF coming out on patrols and them putting some fucking skin in the game and fighting side by side with us, you know, all through the fucking 10 years or 15 years that we fought after 9/11. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. I would definitely like to see them putting more skin in the game. Yeah, right now it seems like it's working perfectly for them. Everything is just rolling in their favor. They get shit tons of money from us, and then they use them to buy. That's the thing that cracks me up whenever people are like, "Oh yeah, but they like buy weapons from us." I'm like, "Yeah, they buy weapons from us with the money that we loan to them, and then forgive the loans because we didn't give it to them as a grant. Because if we gave it to them as a grant, then we'd be allowed oversight as to where they spend the money. They don't want us to have oversight." And then also, you know, they would have to sign up with FARA. Yeah, all the shit. Okay, all the fucking, you know, I'm not a big. I mean, I guess I am sometimes. It depends on the day. Not a big JQer kind of guy. I understand that we have a functional relationship right now, you know, but at the same time, it's like, yeah, it seems like we're really getting fucked in this deal. But that doesn't mean I'm going to go, you know, sign on with the fucking Muslims who have literally nothing to offer, except for, I don't know, 60% inbreeding or something like this. Sharia law and I don't know, oil, I guess. I mean, we can go and take the oil if we want, though. And we got oil in South America. I don't understand. And we got oil here in the country. We got oil in Alaska. We got offshore oil. We can frack. Okay. We just need to stop being pussies. So, anyways. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. It's like, it's okay to not like either one of them. I don't feel like I have to pick a side. You know what I mean? I don't have to pick one or the other. I hate the stupid false dichotomy that's like, if I criticize Israel, then it's like, oh, so you're okay with, you know, all the Muslims and blah, so you're going to side with Hamas? And it's like, nope. And then if I criticize the Muslims, then it's like, oh, what about the Zionists? It's like, okay, they both suck. I can say they both suck. How about that? So, yeah, I mean, yeah, hopefully we can get to the point where we actually don't need them anymore, but we can give the illusion that we need them so that they, you know what I mean, so we can maintain a partnership. I mean, that's hopefully where I'm at. And I think, honestly, I think there's things happening at the higher level. I think there's like a handful of different factions that are fighting. It seems like pretty obviously there's a couple different factions that are fighting for sort of control of the hegemony. It seems like there's always kind of been the like Secret Service faction, you know, FBI, CIA, whatever. It seems like the CIA has a pretty strong grip, and then there's the Zionist faction, and then there's the little splintered, like, different groups, maybe the progressives and the conservatives and whatever else, like the Republicans that have some influence on that, but it's mostly those people fighting sort of for control of the American direction for the next, who knows, 20 years or whatever happens. But I hope we win. I hope Americans win. hope America first people win. It does seem like there is. Honestly, it seems like with the Tucker Carlson sort of camp and those guys, it seems like that's all. It seems like that's like intelligence agencies. It seems like that's CIA backed, but I don't know. I guess we'll find out. There's also like the technocrats too, which I don't think they even fall into a party, but I think they will just go with whichever way the wind goes. Like the Peter Thiels and stuff like that. Those guys seem to have a big pull right now because they're literally too big to fail. They've already failed essentially. Like we've pretty much figured out that AI was a scam. The tech bubble, it's a big circle jerk of all the tech companies that are invested in the other tech company that's invested in this company, And what's up, Tony? But yeah, it seems like we've already figured out that AI was a scam. And there's this giant bubble, this big, huge circle jerk of all these other tech companies that are invested in each other. And they're invested in each other because there's no escape now. So, but they have so many billions of dollars that we've like subsidized into their companies that even the government can't afford for it to come out that it's all bullshit. Like we can't digitize everything. So that's going to be kind of strange to see too, because now the technocrats sort of have a big pull on the government because they've become too big to fail, which is like, because we're in a debt-based economy. So if we have all this billions or trillions of dollars in the market, we can't afford for those companies to just go out of business overnight. So they're going to have to keep them alive for the next, I don't know, 20 or 30 years at least. Eventually they're going to have to let them start dying off like one by one, but they're going to do the same thing they did with the car manufacturers. Like in 2008, they couldn't afford for the car manufacturers to fail. They bailed all them out. And even before that, they bailed them out again. So I don't know. We'll see. Just getting kind of crazy, man. I wonder if I can find that graphic. Yeah, it's essentially this. There's a better one than this. Let's see. I think there's a better one than this, but this does a pretty good job of explaining it. Somebody made a better one than this, but they're all like, it's essentially all the same thing. They're all, one funds the other, pays this one to do that, outsources this, to that, and then so they're all just so yeah, it's getting a little hellish. It's I wonder if I think Tim Dillon did like a perfect rant on this the other day. I don't know if this is it or not. We'll end with this. This is a perfect way to go out. Yeah, this is probably it.
What we have to realize is that we're Americans. You know, we're deeply selfish monsters that have been bred to destroy all life on Earth. We have to not lose sight of that. We're here to fuck things up for everyone else, not each other. And that's what we had in the 80s and the 90s. We had a commitment to apathy while our leaders ran around pillaging the earth. And we made great movies and great art. It was fine. Yes, people got killed, but people always get killed. But now we're at war with each other, where we should just be enjoying the spoils of the end of the empire. Truly. We should be enjoying it. so many people got killed, murdered, tortured, maimed for us to have all the nice things we have. Do you know how insane it is to not enjoy it? You know how crazy it is to not enjoy a McMansion, a flat screen TV, a McFlurry? You know how much blood is in the street for those things?
It's fair.
And people act like they don't even matter. And they're fighting about all this bullshit. It's crazy. Anyway, that's the truth. That's the real truth. Nobody wants to hear it, but that is the truth. We have a lot of these things.
He just keeps going.
Fine. You know, not everybody picking tomatoes is happy about it. But have you ever had a nice Jersey thick beefsteak tomato? It's good. Imagine having one and then fighting with someone about something. It's stupid. If there's a hell world going, and if there's not, we get reincarnated when we're Beatles or something. But just enjoy it, and nobody wants to enjoy it. And that's what makes me upset. Is that we used to have a country built on enjoyment, built on fat, stupid people enjoying the work of a small group of demons, and now we can't even enjoy it. Can't even have fun.
That would be the only way to get around it. If we ever realize that the problems that we have with issues are smaller than the problems
This is the episode I'm thinking of.
that we agree on. Like, everybody agrees we have to have less crime. Everybody agrees that we have to have more education. Everybody agrees that we have to have safer streets and safer cities. Everybody agrees that.
That's right.
And the things that we disagree on, will people disagree on, like, how to make those things a reality, though?
Yeah.
How do you have less crime? Is it by letting
it's also
people out of jail?
Us being divided helps. It helps people who want to just continually operate in the system as it's constructed. And whether that is the system of perpetual war or the system of the banking sector.
I think it's this end part right here.
Is tech company.
Yeah, probably.
Subscribe to my pod. What am I gonna fucking?
They know.
Their
know
society's
it.
collapsing.
Is this
through it.
is the end?
Our
Yeah.
society will
This is it.
Nothing will ever be funnier. America will come apart in one of the funniest ways. All of these people, these grifters, everybody circling the wagons, the Caitlyn Jenners, the Donald Trumps. It'll be funny till you'll die laughing. Literally, you'll die, but you will be laughing. It will be the most absurd and insane thing. It will be out of a fucking dystopian horror movie, and it won't be funnier than America, because we're a crazy country. Full of crazy people, and everybody's just trying to suck the last few dollars out of this bloated pig corpse of an empire before the end. And I'm no different. Watch my special and subscribe to my podcast. What am I going to go preach on a fucking mountain? We got to make a little money here. But make no mistake, I mean, if I'm wrong, and I'd love to be wrong, but if your attitude or your idea is that the population's going to get smarter, healthier, and more adept at problem solving, you're on fucking crack.
Yeah, probably.
Probably.
Yeah. Well, what happens next? Like, do you think we ever descend into some sort of, like,
Yeah, this is the part. this is my favorite part of the whole thing.
You think it's possible?
Perfect way to end the show tonight.
Yeah. Just through people just falling apart, getting crazy, losing their fucking
Stream.
minds. It's the right thing to do.
I think what happens next is we'll just have, these giant oscillating swings between right and left, and then I think, eventually it'll get to a point where large areas in the country are unlivable for a myriad of reasons, perhaps crime, homelessness, climate, whatever. Very, well-off or well-connected people will have these kind of enclaves this is already happening. And then there'll be, a fight to be in one of those two groups. And then eventually a dictator, a strong man, somewhere down the line, some man or woman will come in and go, this system's fucked. I am going to run things. And they will run things in their way. And it probably won't be for the best. But, the system will collapse. But I don't know if we'll see it. But it will collapse. There's no way it doesn't. It will collapse to a degree. and someone will come in and go, yeah, these
Sorry, Tony. Yeah, Tony's gonna come in and run the place.
Here's a coupon for a chicken sandwich, and people go, I like chicken. And then, people just go, fuck it. They don't care. And then you go, there'll be Netflix, and there'll be Domino's, and you'll sit in your house, and they'll say, well, you can't drive today because of the climate. And people go, yeah, it's Tuesday.
Yeah, it's Tuesday.
Because of climate. And you'll sit there, and they'll feed you pork.
It'll be for the best, yeah.
And a few people
Sit in there, fucking lazy boy.
People will be pacified by the goodies, which they'll still probably
Yeah.
have. And, the leader will come on and tell, they'll be like, hello, everyone. And you'll go, hey, there. And it'll be a celebrity.
Dwayne The Rock Johnson, dude.
It'll be someone you're very familiar with.
It'll be
and they'll say a couple of things.
Idiocracy or whatever that show is called.
Propaganda, and you won't
It'll be
when you were
Wally.
You won't remember. And most people will be fine with that. But
Yep.
me and you will be dead. And it won't matter. And we'll have experienced the best of it. We'll remember when you could get in a car without a tracking device. We'll remember when you didn't have a fucking tracking device attached to you at all times. We'll remember when you could say what the fuck you want, alienate people, piss them off, and no one really cared. And it didn't
True.
Because you could wake up the next day and say, sorry, I was drunk, and it wasn't on fucking Twitter. People didn't have a record of what you did and what you said and where you were and who you fucked and everything else. We will remember true freedom. We're one of the last groups of people to actually be free. And we should all thank God for that, because the hellscape that's about to be created is going to be so bad, they won't even know how bad it is. It won't even feel like they're in prison. Because those offices we talked about, people, they get to like them. Oh, there's creamer today. French vanilla, it's your favorite. Ugh. It's coming. It's going to be so bad, it won't even feel bad. But remember when you do all the things you can't do anymore. And there'll be a few people that remember it, and then they'll take all those books about that shit and burn the fuck out of them. They'll go, well, those aren't good. Racism, homophobia, misogyny, burn, burn, burn. And people will forget when you were free, and they will just kind of create a society based on goodies, little rewards, and the addiction to celebrity.
True.
Our leaders will all be celebrities who will tell you on closed circuit television how good things are going. And you'll go, good, thanks.
Yeah, well, fantastic.
Dude, Tim Dillon has been on a fucking tear, dude. It's actually crazy. If they don't put, I mean, they don't even have to pay Tim Dillon. Like, they don't even have to get Tim Dillon to come into the studio necessarily and record for GTA 6 or whatever. They can literally just get him to authorize them to use all of his rants that he's already got. It's crazy. We don't need GTA 6 because we're already living in GTA 6. This is GTA 6, and Tim Dillon is the radio. Tim Dillon is on the radio in the car when you're driving to, go do your missions and go to your, your Palantir provided job, your Palantir data entry job. Yeah, dude. He's been on a tear. All right. Well, we're going to call it. Thanks for hanging out. I appreciate you guys. Thank you for listening to my nonsense. Thanks for the donations. We got a couple donos in the Venmo, I think. So that was pretty chill. Appreciate that. Hopefully you guys are still here because I saw it super late. That was really early on. So we're going to get the super chats going. We just need watch hours or something, or stream. I don't know. I'm going to go back and edit some videos too and clip that stuff up and get some videos pumping out a little highlights here and there. So it's just busy with work, busy with the kids, but I got to wake up and go to liturgy in the morning. So appreciate y'all. Have a good night.
Does your prophet creep? Does your leader seek for himself or the team? Does he know?
Go buy Tony's music now, or you're gay.
Some of you like a few, some of you let it blow. Like, what'll I be today? Somebody let me know, yo. Now it's okay to say. Now's the time you don't like the better script big stage. Y'all just playing roles, no sir, no I cannot relate. I am more like a forest, if it blows out my shade. I ain't the type to fall, man, and if I try to break, but until then I'm solid, so I won't participate. I ain't gonna play along with you. And adhering to the culture, medicine that'll make them sick. They don't need to make sense. Every day getting done. By the time they know this is, it's already too late. Yeah, that's that hornet side. 3 on top, 2 on me. Yeah, that's that vocal fry. You don't try when you speak. Ah, that's that cuckoo clock running out till the day. Yeah, that's that doodoo fam. Born now, boomerang, ricochet back. Why y'all do the same thing, man? I could do that. Ain't no feet in trying to imprint. Yeah, that's that sycophant. Ah, you a sidekick. See how they act, then you imitate it. What if it's a mistake? What if your hero's wrong? The terror's in my own way. What if he's not that strong? Yo, Muhammad is just a man. So is your buddy Trump, and the world is an evil place. Everyone getting slumped, cause saying you're not afraid. Who have you put your trust in them? What do they have to say? How do they make you trust them? And what about in the grave? How will they raise you up then? Cause maybe it ain't about this. Maybe it's about the next thing. And adhering to the culture, medicine that'll make them sick. They don't need to make sense. Every day getting done. By the time they know this is, it's already too late. Does your chieftain cheat? Does your prophet creep? Does your leader seek for himself or the team? Does he know where he's going? Does he know what it means? Put your phone down, we need to speak. Yeah. 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 Tony.